What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Today, guys, I want to talk about a method that will allow you to gain 2 free legendaries just by playing the game, plus, of course, other goodies. And I'm going to share with you guys a couple of tips on how to basically build one of the best arena teams, depending on where you are, in what tier and stuff. If you're really playing to climb in the highest possible tier, which personally I'm not doing. I will admit it, guilty as charged. I am a slacker when it's about arena. I still need to take my second free legendary, actually. But before we dive into that, guys, I just want to give a massive shout out to all of you guys that decided to support the channel through the supporter creator program that Netmarble has on their website. If by any chance you haven't picked a creator to support, guys, I will leave a link in the pinned comment and in the description down below. Head over, click on that support, and claim your free rewards. It doesn't cost you absolutely nothing for you guys to do it. Plus, it helps me a ton. And the reason why I'm doing this video, this guide on the arena, is because the third batch of rewards are coming in the next 1 week or so. So make sure you guys support. It doesn't cost you anything. Plus, I really appreciate it. But heading back into the game, guys. If you're going to head over to the Colosseum, where is the arena, of course. Recently, they've added stamina to the shop as well, which is really good. As you guys may notice, I was in Platinum and slowly just deranked every single week because I'm kind of like doing bare minimum. I should do more just to try and get the next legendary as well, but most probably I will do it in the next couple of weeks. So, if you're heading over to the shop, I'm going to give you guys a massive tip, something that it took me a few weeks to learn it, actually. So, you see you have this Sergius Memory Stone, you have Florentius Memory Stone, Tristan Memory Stone. The very first thing that I bought from here was a Tristan Memory Stone. Why? Because I don't have the other 2 legendaries, or at least that's what I thought. I don't have them, so it's no point for me to get a Memory Stone for characters that I don't have. So I went in like a noob and bought Tristan. In fact, if you don't have a legendary hero and you're purchasing the very first Memory Stone, you are going to get a hero instead of a Memory Stone. That's how I got Sergius on my account, which is absolutely amazing. Great in tons of content, dungeons, etc., arena, but I will walk you through it in a second. And the next one on my list is actually Florentius. Now, as you guys may notice, I'm pretty close to get him. I just need basically to grind the arena a bit more. The next best thing to purchase from here is, of course, the weekly special summoning tickets. You're going to be able to get 5 of those. And the monthly Frost Relic summoning tickets. You're going to be able to purchase 10 of those. And you can purchase daily stamina. Something that you want to do 100%. This is one of the new ways on how they are basically implementing new ways to gain stamina in King Arthur Legends Rise Daily. So definitely keep an eye on that. But as I mentioned, do not buy Tristan as your first Memory Stone. Pick Sergius, then Florentius. You're going to get a guaranteed legendaries just like that. So basically, free legendaries. It doesn't cost you absolutely nothing to grind arena, just time. So if you have the time to put in the work to basically collect these free legendaries, absolutely worth it, especially Sergius, which is amazing in a lot of content. But what teams should we use in arena? What is the key strategy to play this game mode? Well, like in most games, it's all about speed. Who's taking the first turn, who's manipulating the attack gauge, and who's crowd controlling. As simple as that. So when you are going versus an opponent, guys, let's pick this one. We're going to go over a few different ones. It's all about being the fastest. Now, thankfully, everybody is getting a free Morgan, right? Morgana. She is, without a doubt, the best champion for PvP in a way or another, and that's mainly because of her A2 skill. Of course, the passives will help as well, which will reduce the attack gauge by 45%. The higher skills on her, the higher chivalry, of course, the better. In terms of relics, you can run, of course, with the fire relic, because this will decrease the attack gauge even more. So that's very helpful. Now, once you have this fully booked, fully tomed, fully skilled, however you guys like to call it, you're going to decrease the attack gauge by 20% more on top of the 10%. Which means that the enemies most likely will never get to take a turn, as long as you are playing it right. Now, next to this amazing free champion that everybody gets, you can use a Sergius, for example, which is another free champion that you can get by putting in some work. And this is this bad boy that you can purchase from the arena shop. As I mentioned, I got him, zero regrets, absolutely amazing in dungeons, absolutely amazing in PvP. Now, what he does, to be more specific, is he can recharge all allies' attack gauge by 25%, which can be really helpful. Now, if you put a focus target on enemies, you can actually even decrease their attack gauge by 25% as well, which will ensure that they're not taking a turn. Then, if by any chance you're fortunate enough to have a Merlin, Merlin is actually really, really good for PvP as well, and that's mainly because of the crowd control. You have a chance to freeze with his ultimate skill right here. Pretty good. Now, if by any chance you're fortunate enough to have the Fire Relic, this actually brings in more crowd control than most of the others. So it's a pretty solid relic as well. But for this, I do like the Frost one quite a bit, because you can actually land the freeze, and that is very helpful. You can go in with Morgana, drop the attack gauge, then go in with Merlin, try to land some freeze on the enemies if you can. Some of them, of course, will not get it because it's not a 100% chance to land it, but at least you will keep them controlled. Now, there is another champion that works really amazing, and he's a sleeper. A lot of people are sleeping on this unit, and I'm talking about a lot, guys. I don't know why nobody really talks much about this character. As a crowd control champion, he is insane. So what you want to do is build him the fastest, the highest possible speed in the team, and use his A3. Grants all allies effect accuracy, grants all allies magic infusion, and abnormal status immunity, which means that the enemies won't control you either. But the main thing is that you are able to apply freeze to a single enemy for every attack you do. So every character that will take a turn after Lot uses his ultimate skill will have a chance to inflict freeze. So basically Merlin in every single character that you have in the team. Absolutely amazing. So you can build him with a lot of speed, have Morgana go straight after with the AoE. Not only that she will drop the attack gauge on the enemies, but she will have a chance to freeze them at the same time. Then you can go in with an AoE nuker. If you don't kill them, you might freeze them, right? And then you can go in with a healer, or you can go in with Sergius, for example, increase the attack gauge on your characters, rinse, and repeat. Absolutely amazing strategy. I need to check actually how much attack speed I have on him. So I actually had to change a bit the equipment just to make sure he's the fastest in the team, guys. He's not crazy fast, but 235, fairly decent. I haven't really prioritize anything else on him. I just wanted to make sure I'm getting the speed, just to show you exactly what I'm trying to basically explain you in terms of a strategy. So we can actually drop her out of here, bring him in here. Now, as a lead, guys, it really depends what you have available. I can use him and gain some attack in here. It's not attack speed, unfortunately. A lot of you guys might be using Cormac as a damage dealer. And he's actually pretty solid for Arena because you have attack speed 20%, and that is massive, right? Much, much better than gaining attack or accuracy or anything else. You want the attack speed to ensure that you are going first. The enemies won't have high evasion, won't have crazy resistance or anything like that. At least in Arena, a lot of them will be bots as well. So you have Cormac, you have Rosier, that's pretty good. Then as other options, you have, of course, Anguish, which sucks in Arena as a character. He would be there just for the aura mainly. You do have Lancelot as a legendary, which, again, not the best character for Arena. He can stun and all that, but it's much better to use one of the rare ones. Cormac, in my opinion, is the best option. But if we're gonna jump in to do a few fights, guys, so the first team was pretty weak sauce, so I would rather not keep that in because it just got instantly wiped. But we're gonna go versus a better team. Now, there is a very powerful counter to the strategy that I'm showing you, and that's Guinevere. Gillian can work as well because her passive will instantly proc when the crowd control debuffs land. So that's something to keep in mind. You don't want to use Lot versus those type of teams because it will be irrelevant, especially with Guinevere in there. You're not going to be able to land any crowd control debuffs. So we buffed. I have extra accuracy now. I'm going to drop the attack gauge and have a chance to freeze at the same time. I got to remember that I can't talk too much in the meantime. Actually, seems like I'm with a Stone Relic on my Morgana, which is fine. Nobody froze, unfortunately. Let's see if we're doing an AoE from her. Nobody froze once again, but we can just wipe them now with double AoE. I love using Kai, and that's mainly because of her high evasion. It happens so many times when I'm going versus an enemy Kai, and I'm just missing the hits constantly. And that can actually be really helpful for your own team. Of course, if you don't have some of the craziest damage dealers and all that. Because, you know what? If the enemy damage dealer will miss hits versus your damage dealer, it will stay alive and then probably give you a chance to win the entire fight. So you see, we have this enemy right here, where I definitely don't want to use the lot strategy. It's going to be relevant versus Guinevere, right? But we can try it versus Gillian. The passive will proc anyway, right? Which will give them a healing and will remove the freeze. So again, not the best option, but at least maybe we're going to be able to see it in action right here. Okay, you see the freeze proc, I think, on somebody, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go in like this. And bang, wipe them off with Kai. Such an amazing damage dealer. And having the Strive set on your damage dealers in PvP is massive, actually. There we go. Focus target. Let's use Morgana one more time with the A2 skill right there. And increase the attack gauge. We have the focus target, which is very, very helpful. We have a freeze right there. Finally, we landed a freeze because Gillian's passive is on cooldown now. So you can just control them basically non-stop. Now, I will change the relic on Morgana because I've noticed that is not the fire one. So we want to bring the fire one to have the attack gauge control over this. Plus, that's the free-to-play version as well, right? So it will be more helpful like that. Another freeze right there. So you can just basically rinse and repeat. They're not really taking turns, or at least not many turns anyway. Put a focus on the target and just wipe her off right now. The defense down is massive in pretty much all of the content though, because having the ability to land 2 defense downs is just so freaking good with Morgana. But as I mentioned, you can, of course, pick to control the ultimate energy. So if we are going to go versus this team right here, looks a bit better than the first one. As I mentioned, there are tons and tons of bots as well, guys. So let me just quickly equip the fire one. And this will basically not allow them to take a turn. It's all about speed, right? So buff. Look how much ultimate energy we drop. We landed a freeze as well because of lot. Now we can increase our attack gauge. I keep want to call it ultimate energy. Now I can actually just go in and try to take somebody down. Enough damage. The Strive set procs in on Kai. Extra turn. Wipe. If you don't wipe, I highly doubt it. But either way, you're just going to burn them down. And that works for most of the teams. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to show you the most OP broken teams in the game with max chivalry, only legendaries to get in the highest tiers. You can get with different strategies, crowd control, attack gauge manipulation, being as fast as possible, and you can defeat some of the biggest Krakens in the game if that's your main goal. My main goal is to basically show you how you can get 2 free legendaries from this arena shop by playing this game mode daily, get extra stamina, and I just wanted to share a couple of different strategies with you guys. Now, I will quickly show you some of the builds that I have. So, his build is not great, to be honest. I literally just went in and gave him as much attack speed as possible. So, that's pretty much it in terms of lot. Yeah, gaining effect accuracy, getting some hit accuracy on him will be nice. Plus survivability. This is my Kai. Strive set. Absolutely insane for PvP, guys. You definitely want to have this. And it's not just for PvP. It's amazing for PvE as well. So these are the stats on my Kai. She's not very fast, but to be honest, she doesn't need to be very fast because we're dropping the attack gauge on the enemies, which means that we're gonna take a turn without a problem. I only have around 43 crit rate on her. Crit rate buffs do stack, guys, so that's why I like to open with the A2 skill rather than the third skill, which is the AoE. But sometimes I'm gonna go for the third skill instead, right? Crit rate, crit damage, attack, no effect accuracy, but you do want to have hit accuracy to make sure you won't miss on your hits. And I have an attack and a counter attack set. The counter attack set is very good for PvE content, in my opinion. This is my Sergius. So I do think you have a couple of different options on how you can build him. Either you're going in with attack speed, either you're going in with attack and crit rate. You can go with an accuracy set if you want, because he will require all that. But I have basically crit rate and attack. These are some of the better pieces that I have available. This kind of sucks. I want more attack speed on here. This is crit rate. I have an attack speed right here. And of course, the bottom pieces kind of suck at the moment. I need a 5-star or a 6-star effect accuracy. Then right here, I want to get a higher hit accuracy. And I feel like I'll be good with that in terms of what I have. Maybe more speed on him would be nice, but then I will have to kind of like change a couple of different things. And these are the stats on him. He does do pretty decent damage. Not crazy damage. But I like to give him a bit of crit rate and all this, mainly because I am using him in dungeons as well, right? Then we have Morgana. Vigor set, and I have crit rate on her. But to be honest, Vigor set plus accuracy will most likely work better, because the higher the accuracy on her, the lower the chance for her to get resisted. I do have a 3-piece set at the bottom, but it's not filled just yet. So basically, it's pretty irrelevant as it is. But these are her stats. 216 attack speed. The more attack speed on Morgana, the better. Because when she drops the A2, drops the attack gauge, and kind of like brings them to a lower speed. And even if your characters are slow, like my damage dealer, they're still going to take a turn, especially if you have Sergius, the free champion that you can get from the arena shop in there. So this is basically something that you can run. Attack speed sets will be pretty important for arena, vigor sets. And basically you want to have attack speed on the ring. You want to have attack speed on the magic orb. And as much attack speed as substats as possible to make sure you're gonna smash this content down, guys. But that was all for this video. I just wanted to make most of you guys aware of this. It took me weeks till I've learned that if you purchase a memory stone and you don't owe the legendary hero, you're gonna get a legendary hero instead. So hopefully this will be helpful for you as well. As usual, appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.